You are now tuned into episode 302 of the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast. I'm your brother, Old Guy from Hip Hop News Uncensored, and sitting across from me is my co-host.
What up? What up? It's your man SamAnt, Viral Hip Hop News. Man, we're in the building on Viral Hip Hop Avenue, man. I can't wait to get in the building.
Let's go.
But we are in the building nonetheless. Oh God, what's good, my brother?
Peace, man. We got a powerful show lined up for the people tonight. A couple things went down today that we're going to share with you momentarily. But if you follow the YouTube channels that we operate, man, we've been kind of showing people the progress of the studio, and in particular the mural that's being painted by our brother Angel, man, a great tattoo artist. And it's coming along, man. We're excited about the journey because this is the greatest part about this thing. Like, you know, the beginning is great and the destination we all desire to get to, but it's that journey where you're going to learn your lessons and whatnot, and be able to cherish that. So it's a great time for us right now, and we're ready to get to it, man. Definitely.
Man, I'm tired as hell. I ain't been this tired since I was clocking in and out of a joint. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? The fruit is so much sweeter, like I was talking about a couple of days ago, like we were talking about, because we walking into our building.
Yes, sir.
No one else's building. Our building, not with just our room full. We do our podcast now. We have a multifunctional operational building. I'm not even meaning to. I'm tired. Y'all gotta start somewhere. Me. Yeah. I guess you got to start somewhere. We damn sure did. We started somewhere. We did our thing, all on the backs of us, yourself, myself, doing our thing, taking care of business. We ain't have to bend over and take nothing in the ass for nobody. We ain't signed no fucking contract to sit back and beg or pray for money. Nah, we took our hard-earned work, hard-earned fucking blood, sweat, and tears, created something crazy, and we can't wait to show y'all, man. It's going to another level. We got it, but now the real work is about to be done, man.
Yeah, man. That was a great way you put that there today. But I want to jump into the subject matter today, man. Like I said, it's a great show that's lined up for the people today, man. Earlier today, while we were cleaning up and getting things set up on a new set, man, YG home was allegedly raided and he was arrested. We're going to give people the update and give you all the scoop of what went down with that story today. Also connected to that story, the Game spoke out and said something about, you know, it being some type of conspiracy why YG got locked up. We'll get into what he said on Twitter today and give our opinion on that. Also ousted Grammy CEO Deborah Dugan dropped a bombshell on Good Morning America. We're going to play the audio from that show and talk about the possibility of the Grammys that are coming up too, I think this week, being rigged. We're going to get into that, and we got a couple other topics that we're going to do at the back end in the rapid fire section of the podcast today. But we got to implore the people that's listening to the podcast, hit that 5-star rating on your screen if you're listening to the audio version, and make sure you leave a comment for us, man.
Indeed. Okay. Never mind, I'll talk to you behind the scenes. But we're going to get started today. I want to talk about this Grammy shit, man.
Yes, sir.
I want to talk about this Grammy shit because a couple years ago, I was fortunate enough, my former group I was in, and shout out to the brothers. Yeah. We were fortunate enough to go to the Grammys. It was real dope, a dope experience. Something that as an artist, as somebody that just does music, you always want to attain to get there. Whether you could be there or obviously be there as a nominee and then obviously win one. Mm-hmm. You've had a lot of people over the years, in particular in our genres of music, hip hop, R&B, voice their opinion on, their displeasure on, you know what I mean, the Grammys and how they're judged and how unfair it seems to be. Mm-hmm. Some people in very high places were speaking out on that recently. I seen the tweet, and then you said, "Now let's take this a step further." I got some audio. Oh shit. Yeah. Let's talk about it, man.
Well, ousted, you know, like I said, CEO Deborah Dugan sat down with Good Morning America. She shared some real pertinent information, pretty much exposing the Grammys process. I'm not going to say much more. I'm going to get to her words and a piece of the segment from Good Morning America. Here we go.
Out of that firestorm rocking the Grammys. It was just 3 days ago until the big show. Ousted Recording Academy CEO Deborah Dugan, the first female chief, says she was pushed out after exposing sexual harassment, nomination rigging, and a toxic, quote, boys club that sidelined women and minority groups. She's standing by. You see her right there. First, Amy here with a closer look at the controversy. Good morning, Amy.
That's right. Good morning, George. The week leading up to the Grammys is typically cause for celebration. There are parties nearly every night. But the Recording Academy, which has been trying to clean up its act when it comes to diversity, is now firing back at those explosive new allegations.
And the Grammy for Album of the Year. And the Grammy goes to? And the Grammy goes to?
Music's most anticipated night fastly becoming music's biggest scandal. With just 3 days to go till the Grammy Awards, former Recording Academy CEO and President Deborah Dugan dropping bombshell allegations in a discrimination complaint against the Recording Academy of Arts and Sciences, calling it a boys' club that puts their financial interest above the Academy's mission. In a 46-page complaint, Dugan alleges that the voting process behind the awards is ripe with corruption, involving secret committees, which she claims push forward artists with whom they have relationships. A practice Dugan alleges last year affected artists like Ed Sheeran, who she claims both failed to get nominations for Song of the Year, in part because of favoritism and conflicts of interest. Dugan claims the board even manipulates the nominations process to ensure that certain songs or albums are nominated when the Grammys producer wants a particular song performed during the show. In the complaint, Dugan also highlighting what she calls the Grammys' long-standing struggle with gender inequality and lack of diversity when it comes to the most prestigious awards, like Album of the Year, saying those awards rarely go to R&B stars like Beyonce or Kanye West, but instead, the winners tend to be in the rock, country, and pop genres.
So we got that, small excerpt from a program there. Good Morning America, SamAnt. What are your thoughts on hearing this straight from the horse's mouth? Somebody used to work hand in hand and gets to see, the processes and things that go on behind the scene. How do you feel about this?
My immediate thought was Rush Hour 1. Chris Tucker, Jackie Chan, when he said, follow the rich white man.
Dang.
Follow the rich white man. It seems like you have a situation where a woman got ousted out of her position because she was about to go ahead and blow some whistles in regards to some dirty things that were going on. And that couldn't ruin the boys' club. And now she knows even more information that she probably profited off of for many years being quiet. And now that she has a reason to voice displeasure, now decides to start blowing a whistle on everything that goes on. And she probably knows it all. She's been sitting in that seat for a long time, but no disrespect. I'm glad that she's out here speaking, but you allowed it to go on for years. There's no secret. You look at some of these winners of some of these Grammys and it just makes you turn your head. Now, this is one thing that I will not agree with. A lot of us as a culture sit back and go, well, why do we even care about the Grammys? It's their award. Yeah, it's their award. No shit, but it's the award we want to fucking win. It's an award that gives you the highest honor in music. And you would hope that there's fair playing ground in these competitions because they put a real negative spin sometimes in people's brain when they don't win. A lot of people, when they're sitting in these nominee chairs and they really are hoping to win and they don't, it does something to them. A lot of people can shake it off. Some people can't. And for them to have it rigged, it's not cool. But for us to believe that we don't care about it, most of us do. Motherfuckers get up there and are happy as hell about that Grammy. Some of them don't, but most of them do.
It's the most prestigious, like you said, music award out there. Like you get a Grammy, I mean, it's the top of the mountain.
Come on, man.
At the end of the day, but I'm not surprised when I hear this, and I'm never, mad at the whistleblower, for coming out and putting the information out. But again, it could have been motive, maybe something she was wrong in a certain way. But again, like you said, people say it's not our awards and this, that, and the third, but at the end of the day, it's still the highest prestige. Like when you guys got the invite, you went. If anybody got that invite, 10 times out of 10 they go into the Grammys at the end of the day. But I mean, pull the things covers, in these years coming up, a lot of things have been getting exposed. The covers have been getting pulled off of a lot of people lately, so I don't have much to say about it. I'm just not surprised by this at all.
Let me ask you this.
Right.
Will this coming out party of, I guess, evidence that we all knew behind the scenes, but now being exposed to the light on Good Morning America, everything, will it change anything? No. Hell no.
Nah, it's just be one of those things where, whatever happens, settlement, this, that, and things will continue. The people who run the program there have the say so what goes on, whatever that may be, whatever departments they have, just is what it is. No different than if we're running our show. We got to say so over it. Now, some people abuse their power and then use it for wicked things, and then they're not fair with things, and whatever be the case. But I think that's the case with it. Not really into the Grammys that much, but I know damn well if I was a music producer, I would definitely want to get my award. But just me being an outsider, having nothing to do with the Grammys, I don't care too much about it, though.
Right, exactly. And if when they have podcast awards and we're nominated, we damn sure gonna want to win.
Absolutely.
I don't care who owns it, because we sit here and bust our ass, we work hard, we do our thing, we want to be recognized as the best in our genre, but we want it on a fair playing ground. So it's just I could see how people can really be upset about it. I'd be upset about it, but I don't know.
Do you think ultimately though, like if you like straight up kill it, like let's just say if you're, one of the top hip hop artists, Roddy Ricch right now, or Lil Nas X had one of the, top songs, do you think ultimately that if you kill it in the industry that you're going to get your just due, even with a Grammy? Like they can't deny you. Do you think it's still like that? Do you think it's that cutthroat to like where like even if you earned it 100%, blew out the competition, you still don't get it? You feel that way about the Grammys?
Say that one more time. Like,
do you feel like if an artist kills it,
yeah,
Cardi B or Roddy Ricch or something, song after song, do you feel like they're a lot to still win a Grammy, or do you think it's that rigged to whereas even if somebody killed it, they may be snubbed from it because it was favoritism?
It's always been that rigged.
Damn.
It's always been that rigged. There were
crazy.
years where Beyonce had the album of the year and she didn't win.
Wow.
There were years Kanye had the album of the year. There were years where we could have looked at bodies of work. And when we listened, and it was a different day and age, right? Because we couldn't see who was buying CDs. We didn't have streaming numbers,
right?
But we knew what was on the radio because that's all we had to listen to outside of the CD. And if we were on a school bus or we were sitting there in a position where there wasn't a CD accessible, the radio was on and we heard what was being spun over and over and over. Mm-hmm. We knew the number one songs in the world. And a lot of those songs were hip hop songs. But then when you get to the Grammys and you see album of the year, not in their genre, but album of the year, when it's a collective,
yeah,
they don't win. And it's like, how the hell did that happen? And we've seen artist after artist be upset, throw shade at the Grammys. Jay-Z's thrown shade. Yeah, he hasn't gone for years. Lil Wayne has thrown it over the years. And you can see why, because they've known there's been a bias for a very long time. And Ms. Dugan had a part in that.
Yeah, and it's like at the end of the day, like you complain about it, you still go. Don't go. Like if you feel like they're, whatever that minority group is being discriminated against or not treated fairly, that group has to stand up, whether it be, whatever group of people, and say we ain't dealing with the Grammys and get our own type of award. That's the only thing that's going to change it.
I gotta take it a step further, oh God, because you not going ain't enough, because you still register your song for it to be filed for the Grammy. So if you don't care that much, don't even put the motherfucker in there. And let's see how empty these cards are going into it and how much that affects it, because you not going and you putting that on social media, doing all that sounds and looks nice. But if you're still registering your song and your shit's nominated and you win the Grammy, who knows what you're doing at home?
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, really make a stance. Don't register your song with the Grammy Association and put it somewhere else. And let's really get up out of there if we care that much. But it's the most prestigious award.
Still is.
When it comes to music. And they want that shit.
Yeah, they want it.
And it's
no matter what, no matter the racism, the discrimination, whatever's going on, people getting snubbed. Register my joint for the Grammy.
Damn right.
It's just that.
I want my trophy.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at them, man.
Not at all.
Just do them right. That's all.
Not at all. But man, earlier today, SamAnt, like I said, we were doing our thing down at the studio, and YG was pretty much arrested following a raid at his San Fernando Valley home about 4 a.m. this morning. Everything went down. Now, there's a lot of speculation about exactly why he got picked up by the police, but charges of robbery.